Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to take a look at a common mistake that I see on the hex-bar deadlift and how people perform this accessory movement and how I kind of focus to avoid this mistake. Alright, so first I have a couple of my warm-ups. My first set here is, I have hundreds on here, so it's 425 pounds. And I want you to notice, even right off of my warm-up, one of my main focuses is to actually not sit into the movement too much. You'll notice on the hex bar, it is easier to really sit into those handles and sit down more like a squat rather than a deadlift, right? And I am using this hex bar in order to improve my deadlift. So if I'm doing that, I actually want it to be more of a hip hinge. So I'm trying my best to align my back and the center of the handles with where the bar would be on an actual deadlift for me. So here we have my top set. This is 645. I had these for some sets of six. Yep. And you'll notice as it gets heavier, the tendency is that I will want to sit down into the weight and let that weight drift back over my heels more rather than in front of me. And I don't want this because whenever you're deadlifting on a straight bar, and if you're using the hex bar for carryover to the straight bar, right, you obviously want the movement to be as similar as possible, right? I can't sit down into the weight because the bar will hit my shins. Right? So with the hex bar, you need to stay disciplined and keep that center of gravity in front of you ever so slightly, and use that to strengthen your posterior chain. And you'll notice this hex bar will really strengthen your upper back. It gives you a different angle to which you have to engage your lats. Now, those are some of the benefits to the hex bar, but if you're going to sit into it or over sit into a hex bar deadlift, you may as well just do an actual squat, right? Because you're not going to get that hinging motion that you would get like a deadlift, and you're not going to get that same carryover. So this is what I'm thinking about while I'm performing the movement. Now, of course, as you can see, these reps get harder and I want to let the weight drift back, but I really work to keep pivoting at the hips and keep it a hip hinge movement rather than a squatting movement. So just to kind of close out, I have my last set here. This was at the end of the workout, or the deadlift session. So these were even harder than the set that you just saw that was slowed down. And you'll notice I have this tendency to want to sit into them more rather than hinging over, even though I'm fighting that. Okay, so hopefully that helps, especially if you all are using the hex bar in your own training. Kind of implement that, try and mimic the deadlift movement and the deadlift motion, and I think you'll see more carryover that way. Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and check out my other videos. And until next time, happy training.